Greetings. Back with another one. Like, what is wrong with people? Like, I'm just scrolling, and of course, I'm on that dark place. I remember, somebody was talking about this, but I had to see this for myself, man. And just cause, yeah, uh, the Bond IP was bought by Amazon now. I remember talking about that video a while back, and I don't know who's running Amazon. I guess it's some fool probably. But I remember seeing the images because I think they were putting the entire Bond catalog on Amazon to be sold and stuff like that. But it says Amazon removes guns from James Bond images, then puts them back at the fan backlash. Of course, you're gonna get backlash. And everybody knows that 007 is a government agent. He shoots the bad guys. I mean, what did you think was gonna happen? And like I'll scroll. I'll get to it when I get to it. But let me just read this. It says people are so stupid. It says for a company that spent nearly 8.5 billion acquiring MGM, and with it the entire James Bond catalog, you think Amazon might understand what makes 007 well 007. But over the weekend, Amazon Prime Video managed to shoot itself squarely in the foot by quietly scrubbing guns from James Bond promotional artworks images, only to restore them after a massive public outcry. It should have been. It should have been. And I had something loaded up right here. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, look at poor Pierce Brosnan. I don't know if you can see it because I got this loaded up. But and like you said, Sean Connery and stuff like that, they're doing this. Like it looks like they're doing something else. I mean, I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. Again, you had this IP that's been established for multiple generations. We all know what James Bond does. We all know who he is. Why are you removing the firearms from the posters, the promotion images? Why? To make yourself feel better? I just don't understand it. This is so stupid. This is so dumb. And it says gunless Bond doesn't quite work. Fans first noticed something off when scrolling through Amazon Prime Video's James Bond's listing. Iconic posters from Dr. No, GoldenEye, Inspector suddenly appear without the series' most recognizable accessories, Bonds, or the PPK. See if like I said, I'm glad I'm not on social media. I'm really glad I'm not, because I don't have to see crap like this. But I don't know. But like I say, if you see, Connery, he has, the firearm right there. I just don't understand what possessed them to do stuff like this. Bleeding Fuller says Amazon removed the guns from key art used on every Bond film on Prime, ostensibly to provide awkward poses. I can't even read it because I'm just dumbfounded. It says the edits were immediately obvious. Sean Connery's famous pose with the silenced pistol cropped out, Roger Moore's gun hand awkwardly repositioned. Even Daniel Craig's stoic Spectre one sheet looked bizarrely incomplete. It was as if someone had decided that the world's most famous fictional spy had taken a sudden vow of pacifism. I tell you, man, they just can't leave stuff alone. I mean, this is a sacred IP that means so dearly to so many people. Like I said, if you wanna, the dreaded W word, if you wanna wokeify stuff, create something new. Stop touching the classics. Stop doing it. People don't like it. If you want to do it to new stuff that we don't know, we don't care about, do what you will with that. But of course, they're not gonna do anything new because they know it's not gonna sell. So they try to piggyback off, these IPs that have been cemented in history, that have been solidified in public conscience, that have been revered by so many people, even to this day. And now that Amazon bought the rights to it, they are already starting poorly. They are already starting poorly. It's why fans were furious. The outrage wasn't about politics. Of course, it's not. It was authenticity, exactly. Like, what does politics have to do with this? Like when we watch 007, we're like, yeah, Republican, yeah, Democrat. No, it's not about that. It's not about that. I mean, James Bond's not even American. He's British. Most Americans, we don't know anything about British politics anyway. So, like, I don't understand. I just don't understand this. It says James Bond has carried a firearm on every mission since 1962. The tuxedo, the martini, and the gun are all part of the same visual identity. A gun is even part of the franchise iconic logo. Remove one and you strip away part of what makes the character special. The famous scoping, and where Bond walks and like look at poor Chris Brown. Like, the funny thing is that these is like, I don't know, it's kind of like the bodies like don't match the head. It look like the editing is so poor. It's so poor. Why? Because they shouldn't be editing in the first place. Use the freaking image. Critics accused Amazon of attempting to modernize Bond by erasing what makes him Bond. Exactly. Others called it an act of cultural vandalism, a prime example of corporate overreach, where someone somewhere thought audiences might be offended by a movie poster from half a century ago. Amazon reverses course. To Amazon's credit, they did dig in their heels within 24 hours of the backlash, and the company quietly reverted the Bond thumbnails and artwork. Some posters were swapped for more neutral film stills, while others simply restored the original key art. Amazon didn't issue a formal statement, but Deadline confirmed that the reversal was a direct result of the negative response. For once, the internet outrage machine may have actually done some good. Yeah, because like I said, it's all about the mighty dollar. These companies don't want to lose money, but I don't understand why they continue to keep messing with stuff. They like the whole go woke, go broke. It's true. Stop messing with established IPs. If you want to do your own thing, make something new. But again, like I said, they don't want to make anything new because they know that it won't sell. So they're piggybacking off these IPs that have been solidified, that have been cemented in film history. They just want to keep piggybacking off this stuff. Like, it's the same thing, with Disney and stuff like that. That's why they kept making all of those live action / 3D remakes and stuff like that. They just want to keep piggybacking off of the old stuff. So if I want to see the old stuff, I would just go back and watch the old stuff myself. Do something new if you wanna create new imagery. But I just don't understand it. And like, who's this woman? I guess she was probably Jennifer Salke, head of Amazon Studios. Yeah, there's always some lady at the top of it. Appears like the Cracker Barrel and Amazon. My gosh, I mean, just people who. Like I said, woman or not, it's just people who just don't care about the IP, who don't care for 007 as a character. They just don't care. They're only buying these IPs not because they're passionate about them or they like them growing up. It basically is just to erase what has always been. Continue. It says a rare moment of accountability. If this incident had happened a year or two ago during Jennifer Salke's tenure overseeing Amazon's entertainment division, it's unlikely fans would have seen such a fast turnaround. Under her leadership, the streamer often ignored criticism even when audiences were shouting from the rooftops. So is she not up at the head of it anymore? I don't know. It says, this time though, someone at Amazon actually listened that deserved at least a small amount of credit. The takeaway: you can't separate James Bond from his weapon any more than you can't separate Indiana Jones from his whip or Thor from his hammer. These aren't props. They're symbols of the character's identity. Right. Amazon's decision to alter them and show a stunning lack of awareness about property it owns. But the quick reversal shows that the fan feedback still has power. Maybe, just maybe, someone at Amazon learned the simple lesson of all. If it isn't broke, don't modernize it. There you go. Like I said, they just want to modernize everything. And I don't know why. Mr. Connery, I'm glad you're no longer with us to see what they're doing to you. And all you guys, really, I mean, this is a disgrace. Like they said, man, you can't separate Thor from his hammer. You can't separate Indy from his whip. It is what it is, man. If you don't like it, don't buy it. Why spend all this money to acquire the license if you're just gonna butcher it? Give the people what they want, what they've always wanted. You know, like I said, Ian Fleming, when he created 007, he had a vision in mind that James Bond was going to be a British agent, suave, debonair, you know, a go-getter, you know, very, very, very deliberate, and, you know, smooth, and all those good things, man. And all those good things. That is what, like I said, just maintain your loyalty for what Ian Fleming created. If you're not going to do that, don't buy it. It's just that simple. Alright, y'all. Another one for the archives. 31 cents added. It's your brother Bleak signing out. Until next time, you guys. Os.